Welcome to the OFX podcast. I'm Dave Claxton. Along with me, as always, is the spunky spitter from Strathroy, Bethany McChesney. And shall
I'm
we,
not a spitter.
not a spitter, actually very much opposed to any fluid exchange on the burpee carpets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm biased in the spitting situation a little bit.
All right. So we've got um we'll talk about this. We'll go right into this here because we got a lot of stuff. So and lots to do and less time to do it in. So I believe her name was Alyssa McClenny.
Yeah, I don't know how you say your last name exactly, but yes.
So anyway,
Um,
she was in a Hyrox race, was having a great race, and we've not seen any video, so we're just kind of going on what she said, what others have said. But apparently, spit somehow or had spit on it. They gave her a 2 minute spitting penalty at the wall balls.
yeah, so
Um,
she spit during the wall balls, it sounded like.
yeah, which is again like right near the end of the race.
And
So,
probably when you have the most eyes on you.
yeah, yeah, and she openly admits she did not know it was a rule. She's not making excuses or whatever. She just didn't know. And it is. It's a 2 minute penalty. I've seen it before put on doubles before where it actually looked like dude was wiping his face off with the doubles mat behind the rower, which was really gross.
So he was
Uh,
licking,
yeah,
he was
he was
licking
licking his
gel
goo
off
off
of
the
it.
gel off the yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's far more gross. That there should be a 4 minute penalty for that. Just,
oh, I
just
mean,
for
that's more
gross
gross on
flair.
his part, though.
Right. So basically, here's my interpretation if I was to look at it as a isolated single incident.
Mhm.
That's the rule. She did it. That's the penalty. Really sad, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my take as an isolated incident. The frustrating part, I think, probably for her and many others is, again, it seems like very arbitrary as to when these rules apply, when they don't apply, and what's next, what like where are we at? And I don't think that Hyrox, again, has done any favors by not addressing any of these past issues like the chalk, the throwing of the garbage, the dousing, the rapid cooling, any of those things. Not addressing any of them, just basically just it'll go away. And you're probably right, it will. Except for me, I won't forget. But
Hmm.
but because of that, now this happens, and it's like, okay, well, when are the rules right? When are they wrong? Um, and just that's what frustrates me.
Well, and the reason this one is so significant is because this was Alyssa's second race ever, and she was on track to run another 60 flat. And which would have put her into the Elite 15. As it is right now, it's your top two scores, the average of them. So she would have had an average time of an hour flat. Her debut was the second fastest debut ever. And because of this 2 minute penalty, now she bumps to a 102 and it bumps her out of the Elite 15. So this is a pretty significant time to give someone a 2 minute penalty, which is why it is so controversial. So, and again, we saw with situations with the rapid cooling where it wouldn't have really even changed the long-term outcome. This really does change her long-term outcome right now she has to chase another race, which is going to involve time and travel and money, in order for her to get that second race in, and I know that there is a lot of people saying that they should have let it go. It's not that big of a deal. But again, the same rules need to apply to everybody. And it is so unfortunate that in this circumstance, she did something that cost her not just 2 minutes, but a chance at the Elite 15. Now she has to travel again, time, money, and everything else. So it is significant. But at the same time, if you let it go because of what it costs her, then where do we draw that line again? With like, when do we let these rules go? Because the way I look at it is if everyone thinks that, okay, well, we're in an age group podium race situation, we're in a doubles podium situation, and I need to spit in this moment. And then we have we have 60 people or whatever, 100 people spitting.
Yeah.
This makes the race course so disgusting. And before they had this rule, and this is where I am feeling this like on a visceral level. The burpee runway was slimy
Yeah.
when people were still allowed to spit.
Yeah.
And there you could visibly see spit spots, hork spots on
The
the
hork.
track. So hork. So I understand them enforcing. I know that the outcome of this is so unfortunate for Alyssa, but we can't have it. So, well, now people are going to know this rule again. So unfortunately, she's had to kind of be the poster child of why we don't want to spit. It is a 2-minute penalty. We're going to give it to someone, even if it's going to cost them this. I wish they would just do it across the board, even with the current Elite 15.
Well, and here's the thing that gets me, and I'm going to go back after I say this point. I'm going to go back to something you said to address in a point from last week. Um, I agree with you totally. This is a good rule, and it does need to be called. And I'm okay with, like I said, I'm okay with them calling this. I think that was the right move. I think they did the right thing. Um, Another problem to kind of go on from what I said earlier, and the only reason I'm not going to name names here because at the moment I have not gone back enough to dig up the video evidence to back up my name dropping. So I'm just going to say that I have seen Elite 15 races since this rule has been put into inception. Is that right?
Sounds right.
Since it's been put into place,
Mhm.
doing, quick nose clearing, that kind of thing on the course during Elite 15 broadcasts. All right. So I've seen it. It has been ignored. And that's what bothers me is that these things get ignored in Elite 15 races and get not ignored in the regular races. And there needs to be rules for all, not rules for some, not rules for sometimes. It needs to be consistency, and that's not what we're
Yeah.
getting. The other thing I want to go back to, and you briefly said this with the rapid cooling, is that it didn't it might not have made a difference, or I can't remember exactly how you worded it. And it doesn't matter how you worded it because it just jarred my mind to think about what somebody else said to me. And I think even I said this, um, is that we look at these things and it's like, well, it didn't matter, it didn't affect the race, da da da. But, and I'm going to go back to the coal thing with the rapid cooling, as because I've heard people, and I actually heard another podcast say this that, well, the only one it really would have affected is Dubé because he would have been the next in line, but Cole's his coach and all that stuff. But that's not true. The truth of the matter is there's a lot of money at stake, right?
Mhm.
And if that rule had, and so let's just say applied, not applied. If that rule had been applied, for example, somebody like Dylan, that would have been a $6,000 swing. That matters, right? Somebody like Grayson Kilgore would have been bumped up onto the podium. That matters.
Mhm.
Plus, all these things also add points level. So Dylan would have got this many more points. And I'm not
Mhm.
saying like I'm just using this as an example because it made me look at it again when I heard somebody say this. And sometimes, you know, we don't see from every angle. And even when I say something, sometimes I look back and go, no, I'm fucking wrong because there is more to it. And I think a lot of people don't realize how much there is to it when they're just thinking, it's just that place. No, there's money, there's other people's places, there's points for future races. Now, like somebody you never know, like somebody like Grayson there, maybe he gets that would have gave him enough points that he doesn't have to race another race to make it to an Elite 15 race. Maybe that costs
Exactly.
a whole nother trip. And like this Alyssa, right? That took a race that would have been a 105 point race for her and drops it down because she ended up second after that, did she?
I think so.
So it drops it down to a 100 point race, which might not be enough to get her into an Elite 15 race next year. She may have to do another race on top of it, not just for the time this year, but to make up for a second place finish needing a first place finish.
Mhm.
Especially when you look at people like Camilla now, who's I think got 4 or 5 wins,
Yeah.
like going to these lesser races, which again is pointing out flaws in this system. I think nothing against Camilla at all,
No.
but I'm
Mhm.
thinking that it is pointing out flaws in this system more and more. And the more this
Yeah.
has gone around, I actually think the less and less I like it. So anyway,
I,
I just want,
yeah, Mexico's podium third place was a 113.
yeah, no, as far as I know, they wouldn't have got any points because
Oh, because the percent
anything
away
past the
from.
10%,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
So that part's good, but it's still, if you can go down and snag a win or whatever. And I mean, Tara went down there and got 100 points, snagged 100 points,
Hmm.
right? And of course, Mexico is very slower times because of atmosphere.
And heat, and I heard the
Heat.
sleds were tragic,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yes. So I'm not even worried about the times. All I know is that, you know, winning there is not going to be the same as it's going to be winning in Chicago or New York or Birmingham or London or something like that,
Yeah.
right? And it just, yeah, I just think it opens up the cherry pick. All right. Yeah, so that was my jump back to all of this does matter. Every rule is there for a reason. Every rule should be called
Mhm.
evenly across the board. And
Yeah.
that's the frustration point. So,
Yeah. And Alyssa is agreeing too.
no,
She's not pissed off at getting the penalty, like at herself for not knowing the rule. And she said even doing something out of character for herself. But I think there's a lot of people that are upset for her. But again, we can't decide when we do and we don't
I really
use the.
like I really like her. She comes off very well. You know,
She, yeah, I think with her too, it's not a matter of if she makes the Elite 15, she's going to make the Elite 15.
her
Her
run,
running
terrifying.
pedigree is, yeah, I think one of the best runners we might have ever seen come into Hyrox.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think yeah, she
Straight
is
up.
completely weaponized on the run. Like,
Yeah. She's a 2:34 marathoner, which gets you into the Olympic trials for the marathon in the US, which is difficult to do on its own, especially because the standards dropped um a couple of years ago. So that's wildly fast.
yeah,
And I mean, and we're talking about a marathon time, so she has the endurance and the strength is there. Like to debut with an hour flat time in a pro race, that's just yeah, that's shocking. So yeah, I'm excited to watch her journey. But yeah, she seems pretty cool. So I'm excited for her stepping into the High Rocks ring.
yeah. And I think it's just another awesome female athlete out there just killing it, and that's
Yeah.
good.
And I do love the crossover again. So, we have the CrossFit High Rocks crossover, but this crossover too of elite road racing and High Rocks, again, is a cool crossover because also, that world also can kind of view High Rocks as like the funsy game stuff.
Mm, yeah.
Um, because I do kind of, I don't race at that level, but like I have a lot of friends that do. And they're like, oh, maybe when I retire, I'll do some things for fun like that. But I'm like, there's such an elite side to the sport now. So to have people that are running this level on the
Mhm.
roads and still dip their foot into High Rocks also and kind of play both. It's like Holly Archer, just ran a 112 half.
Yeah.
These girls to me are like of shocking levels at their own running. Um, Not making Olympic teams, but they're they're national team level in some cases, and they're still choosing to come out and race High Rocks as well, and seriously. So I love that crossover.
Well, a lot of people a lot of CrossFitters come over and try and are doing well, but I think that they're and I got nailed for this a little while ago for this exact statement applied to somebody else. Hi, Chris. Um, the ceiling for the CrossFit athletes, I think, is lower than the ceiling for the high-end runners that come over. I think that
Again, it depends on the runner we're talking
it
about,
does,
though.
it does, but I think that
Mhm.
it's going to be, put it this way, I think you need less strength to do well at high rocks than you need running ability. You know what I
I
mean?
think it takes longer to get to the level of running that you need to
Yes.
be really high rocks.
Yes.
Mhm.
Agreed. Agreed. And I mean, like Dylan has shown you do not need to be a giant mound of muscle to have the
Yeah,
strength of high rocks. Dylan loses nothing on stations.
yeah.
His sled pushes and pulls are fantastic. His lunges are fantastic. He loses nothing in the strength department.
but he didn't come into the sport with this level of strength.
No, he did not. But he's also
When
not a
a
guy.
when a road runner, like a an elite level marithoner comes
Mhm.
into the sport with this level
Yes.
of strength,
Yeah.
this to me turns more
Oh,
heads.
yeah, I agree. I agree. I think she's fantastic. And I think, like I said, I think ceiling, like sky's the limit for her.
Yeah.
She's gonna be on Elite 15 podiums.
Yeah.
So, all right. Enough of that. Hyrox Regional or ATHX? Which one you want to hit first?
Since we're on Hyrox, let's talk
All
Hyrox.
right, let's go Hyrox. Okay. So coming up now, we got the Hyrox Regional, just like the one we had. Was it last weekend? The weekend before?
So not last
Re
weekend, the weekend before. Yeah.
Recently, but recently, in DC for the North American Regional. This one now is the European Regional. And again, some really, really awesome names, all fighting for one position. Uh, the highest finisher who is not already qualified will get punch their ticket to Worlds. So, you want to read the men first?
All right. Um, from the bottom, 15th
Yeah, let's go
spot.
to the bottom.
Okay. Alan Cow, Sebastian Iverson, Richard Heineck, Martin Enthoven, Liam. Oh, they got to change the background.
I think it's
Oh,
McRory. McRory.
McCrory. Okay. Lewis Osler, Harry Thompson, Charlie Bottrell, Graham Holliday, Luke Greer, Alan Ploge, Tomas Verdick, Sean Noble, Heidi Wiersma, and Tim Vinich. So already qualified, we have Tim, Heidi, Sean Noble, and Charlie Bottrell. So four spots are already taken. So then, um, I mean, you could potentially come fifth in this race and get your spot. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, because Charlie is sorry, I said it so it looks a little funny on the list because Charlie's down in eighth,
Hmm.
even though he's got his qual. Um, Straight out, if I'm to pick, I think Luke Greer pulls it off. I think he comes out hard, uses that running and finally gets that good finish at the end, and I think he gets a spot. And again, when we talk about weaponized running, there's a guy who's terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, he is newer. When we look at a Graham Holiday or a Thomas, they have more experience in the sport. And I think someone like Luke is learning more and more every race and has obviously that running background that once he kind of we said this after the last time um we said once he gets those stations down, he's going to be such a weapon. So I think I probably would have guessed that it could have been him too, or Thomas Burdick too is right there. Like,
Yeah,
I
you
don't know.
can never count out Thomas Verdict, but I'm going to say this too: if either one of them gets to the wall balls less than 30 seconds ahead of Graham Halliday,
Yeah.
I'm automatically changing my bet.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
Halliday's going to go in there, and he's one of those guys who is likely going to go unbroken and likely not going to have any no reps.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's going to be the goal right there: is get to the wall balls with a substantial lead on Graham Halliday.
Yeah.
Overall win though, I think Tim it's just his year. He's just so good this year,
Yeah.
you know. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and again with Luke Greer, we saw a big cat and mouse type race the last time when he was in a qualifying situation for the Elite 15 and where, this more experienced athletes would kind of pull away on stations, he'd catch up big gaps in the runs and
yeah.
then they'd pull away in the stations. So it does this will be a very interesting race regardless.
And this just goes back to that same comment. I think it's going to be quicker time-wise for him to catch up on the stations than it will be for them to catch up on the runs,
Mhm.
as far as training and adapting your race for it. So
Yeah.
I think he's going to be very, very good. Um, all right, to the women.
Women's
Ye-
side.
All right. A name we haven't seen in the Elite 15 in a while, Zara Pirigiani,
Hmm.
Pirigiani, um, Charlie Cyril, Rosin Egan,
Hmm.
Manuela Garcia, Stephanie Oswald, Liebensted, Seka Arning, Ellie Stenforth, Melanie Maurer, Danielle Lowe, Kat Parnell, Lucy Proctor, Sinead Dent, Emily Dahmen, and Lena Putters. Right of the way, Lena Putters, Sinead Bent, and Lucy Proctor have all got their qualifying spots. So this one, pretty much, you need third or better. Well, you
Fourth.
theoretically could place third and get a spot, is what I'm trying to say.
Fourth.
Fourth, thank you. All right, straight out, who do you think gets the spot?
Well, I mean, this is Emily Dahmen's race to lose, I think, for that spot. So she has the second fastest time. Lena Putters just threw down
Yeah,
to get that the fastest time here.
yeah.
But Emily Dahmen previously would have been leading with the fastest time. So this is Emily Dahmen's race. Kat Parnell's been running really well also.
Hmm.
So, that's another name that we could see up there, but and so has Sika Arning, but I think this is Emily Dahmen's.
Sika seems to go up and down. Like she's got a good race and a bad race. A good, and usually you can tell it, you don't know till the wall balls. And then
Yeah.
it's like she either holds it together and is amazing, or she unravels like nobody else.
Yeah, she's so strong on the back half, like a lot like our like Maria Fesick with the
Yeah.
lunges and the wall balls when she can kind of come at it at the very last minute. But
So I think this race, not only do I think Emily Dahmen gets the spot, I think she wins outright. I
yeah,
think
I could see that
I think
too.
much like Cole, she's had this one marked as this is where I got to get it done.
Yeah.
And with Lena, Sinead, Lucy all having their spots done. Lucy kind of battling injury right now, from what I know. Lena just finishing a race. Sinead still not quite, I don't think, back to 100% form yet. I just think she's poised there to take the spot. And I do believe later on that Seka will get in later on.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
see a worlds without her. Um,
Mhm.
what do you think?
Yeah, I could see that happening then for sure.
And these as well, all this stuff will be like as usual on YouTube, good to go.
Hmm.
Um, I I think it's funny. I want to see Zara do well too. She's one of those kind of people that I want to see get back in. I know she's
Hmm.
fought some issues, but you know, I do think it is interesting to see all the different countries here compared to the North American one, where it's really just was it was Canada and US.
Yes. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. Okay, doubles. You want to do the men's doubles?
So it's funny that the background is a picture of Ida, but she's not in that race.
Details.
Anyways, um, is she in the doubles race? Yes, she is.
Okay,
Okay,
let's start with
there
the
we
women, then
go.
we'll go with Ida.
Two names. Okay, on the women's side. So from the bottom, 15th place, that's a name I've never seen before.
No, and I think this is happening a lot with doubles where we're getting some definite unknowns.
Yeah, Aofe Faye and Sam Preddy.
I don't know if
Ellen,
that's right, but I liked it.
Ellen and Guro Bolas, Viola Oberlander and Jonna Levenseed. So two names that we do know.
Yeah.
Lisa and another name, the same name. Iofe O'Rourke, Katie Hutchinson and Fern Gardner, Margot and Charlotte Vanden Linden Loof, who we have seen again in the Elite 15
Many
doubles,
times, yeah.
the sister duo, Jess Toll and Rosen Eagle, Kat Parnell and Jade Skillen, Lucy Proctor and Sinead Bent, a definite powerhouse team. They've qualified, I see. Charlie Surley and Lauren Stockley, Jennifer Nicholas, Melanie Moore, Sakia Millard, and Holly Archer, Manuel Garcia and Sika Arning, Ida, Mathilde Steengard, and Ellie Stenforce, and then Danelle Liu and Vicky McIntosh.
The first thing I just came into my head when I'm looking at this is one, two, three, four, five, six of these teams will not be able to compete together next year.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the same thing
Yeah, yeah,
at the North American one.
yeah. And
A
anyway,
lot of Canada, yeah, Canada US teams.
And then the other thing that jumps out is five teams already qualified for Worlds. So theoretically, you might be able to come sixth place here and get your qual.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, they better wear different colored jerseys.
No, they're all going to be in black except for the people in plum.
But the Plum have qualified.
Yes, yes, the plum have
Yes.
qualified.
Yes.
I'm not sold on the plum. In doubles, I want them to wear their cool outfits that they all match as teams. That's what I
Oh,
want.
like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
You gotta
what
have
we
a
see at
team.
a regular race. I love the magic. All right.
Mhm.
This one here, I think, and this might just be because we've hyped her up. I think um was it Saskia?
Saskia Millard.
Saskia Miller and Holly Archer will get the qual.
Um, I do too. Saskia is also an incredible runner. And in doubles, it is different
Mhm.
because again, you get those rests at stations, so the top end runners do have a bit more of that advantage. So I do think that Saskia Millard and Holly Archer do have a good shot at getting that qualification spot.
Yeah. And
And Holly Archer is on fire right now, so.
but I think the outright win goes to the veterans Lucy Proctor and Sinead Bent.
Yeah, that's definitely a powerhouse team.
Yeah, and like I know I don't think well, I say this, but like I said, Lucy Proctor's been saying she's not been 100%. Well, that's tough.
Well, and we have Ida's team in there with Ellie Stenforth, who's also a very experienced athlete, so
Yeah.
they could be up in there too.
Yeah, and Manuel and Seka, another team. Daniel, like it could be a very good race at the front.
Yeah.
This is like when you remove Lauren and Vivian and Joanna and oh my God, Jess,
Yeah.
it becomes much more difficult to predict the women's doubles field.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
that could go anyways. But yeah, so I'm going to stick with I think Holly and Saskia will get the qual. I have no idea about the win. I don't think they'll get the win though.
Ah, we'll see.
Yeah. All right, dudes.
All right.
All right. We got Luke Greer and Harry Thompson, Ollie Fricker and Sean Noble, Jeremy McConnell and Fabian Eislauer. I can never say their name.
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower, but they team a lot. Hedy Wiersma and Thierry Wilgenberg, Jake Dearden and Jake Williams. That's a scary team. Charlie
Mhm.
Bottrell and Ollie Russell racing a lot together. Tony
Mhm.
Ravel and what's that? Clarion again.
Sierra.
Yeah. Sierra Parkinson, John Carlisle and Nia McKean. Oh, sorry, McKeegan, Xavier Defoe and Martin Lacorne. Lacorne. I have no idea. Martin. Peter Mays and Tom Franzensen, Martin Enthoven and Louis Oslar, Marco Nikic and Alexis Bernier, Sebastian Iferson and Gustav Cordua, Tim Vinich and Alexander Ronkovich, Alan Cho and Mark Dean. Um, we got again five teams already qualified. I'm gonna take like the total easiest road ever. I'm gonna go with Alex and Tim for the win.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd hate to sound, like everything's for sure, but the past two
That's a
world
tough
champions,
team to beat.
the past two world champions teaming together, that's
It's
that
like putting a Lauren and Meg together.
it's a tough one. It's a tough one. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one I'm going for. So then it becomes who gets the roll down or the roll down, the qual spot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot of these guys, but we have the fastest time with Alan Cho and Mark Dean who have not qualified. So by by stats alone, we could assume that they might be that team.
There's one problem.
Again, you could sixth place,
There's
seventh.
no way France and England can get along. It's not going to happen.
Come on, sports is the ultimate unifier.
Yeah, yeah, like you say, I mean, it's hard to argue with just like numbers and times. I mean, they're right there. Um,
Mhm.
it's so funny seeing Charlie Bottrell and Ollie Russell further down. Like it's Jeremy McConnell and Farian. They're the 13th place seeded team, and they have a world's qual.
So we don't see times here, but I bet a lot of these times are within like a 20-second
Yeah,
margin,
yeah,
truthfully.
yeah. They're probably pretty close. Um,
Yeah.
again, I think it's going to be an exciting race, but I think Tim and Alex just run away with it.
Yeah.
I just don't see anybody there contending with them. And again, many teams that will not be eligible to race together next year. Six of them, six of the
Mhm.
15 will not be able to race together next year, which is still kind of sad. I still don't like that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, including Tim and Alex Ronkovich.
That's
So
right. And
and
Alex,
again, I said this before, it is really a shame for athletes like Alex Ronkovich,
yeah.
who does not come from a country that's well represented in Hyrox.
No, it's going to be very hard for him to get a partner that will be able to keep up, basically.
Yeah.
Tim in Germany, that's a different scenario, right? They're very well
Yeah.
represented, right? But
Yeah. It's like the Germans and the Americans.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, yeah, so that's going to be this weekend and it'll all be on YouTube. You can check it out. I think the times are actually not terrible. They'll probably be kind of midday, mid-afternoon for us because there's the 5 hour time difference.
Mhm.
So it should be not bad for watching. So I will look forward to seeing it, although I will be busy. So,
Yeah.
all right, move on to the next one.
Yes.
All right.
Why
So
are you going to
why
be
am I busy?
busy?
I was thinking about this. Have we even mentioned this at all that I'm going? I
I
don't think.
think
Did we mention it
so.
briefly? Okay.
I don't
So
remember what we talked about.
no, neither do I. And I don't watch. So
I don't watch my podcast.
neither do I. You never want to see your mistakes. So next week, this coming weekend, there will be a DECA Fit in Anaheim. That is where most people would expect to see me. That is where usually I would be. However, I will not be there. I will actually be in Miami acting as a head official for ATHX. Am very excited. So branching out, and for people who've asked, no, this does not mean I'm done with DECA. I will still be at DECA events. I will just be doing different events as well. So very excited to do my first gig with ATHX in what I think is one of the most awesome lineups I've ever seen. It's going to be a lot of fun, and there's a lot of diversity. So basically, again, I'll go through what ATHX is for those of you who don't know. Three different stations, basically a strength station, an endurance station, and a metcon station. Strength station, you've got shoulder to overhead press, strict press, you've got a back squat, you've got a deadlift. Endurance station, you've got running and rowing. And then the Metcon, you've got some skiing, you've got some ground to overhead with dumbbells, you've got some burpee broad jumps, some box jumps, heavy sandbag carry, some heavy lunges, stuff like that. So lots going on there. And then you have rest in between. Very much check it out. It's really high production value as well. Like when you're on
Hmm.
the endurance zone and you're on a rower, it's up on the screen where you are compared to other people on the rowers, so you can actually see racing happening. But the big thing here is the athlete list. And
Hmm.
yeah, we're going to see some names we might recognize and some names we might recognize from CrossFit and some other just interesting names.
Yeah.
Um, you want me to do this or you want to go through it?
The whole list?
All right, I'll go through a lot.
Okay.
I'll go through a lot. So this isn't in any order. So this is not seeded. There's not anything. By the way, the last person who won the last female ATHX was one of our favorites, Miriam von Rohr.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean,
So this list is guys and girls
guys and
together.
girls. Yeah, it's not spread out. I didn't get time to spread it out for you, but just we'll
Okay.
all right. We'll start at the top there. Ty Jenkins, who's a high level CrossFitter. Jorge Fernandez, another high level CrossFitter. Jonakowski, who has been to the games many times. Sydney Wells, again, another games athlete, twin sister of Brooke Wells. Ella Wilkinson, I'm not as sure on her, but Jennifer Muir. Christoph Horvath is Laura Horvath's brother, another, I believe, like
Oh.
semifinals level semifinals level CrossFit athlete. Camilla Massa, who we all know, and we just talked about a little earlier, just won down in Mexico in Hyrox. Um, Very great hybrid athlete. Fabian Brown, um, Kaiku Cur Curveni, who obviously I don't know. Daniel Brandon, probably one of the most famous CrossFitters out there for the female division.
Mhm.
Annika Greer, games athlete from Canada. Nick Matthew, the crop top king. So CrossFit
Uh,
games athlete, always with the crop top. Tola Morakonyu, not familiar. Erin Murray. Erin Murray is 4 times world's strongest woman.
so cool. So
Yeah.
she's gonna smash the first station.
Yes.
Oh, this is what I've told my brother. I'm like, try it and just see how far ahead you can get
So
after the first
you want to
station.
see a great post is by Erin Murray, and she's like sitting on her couch watching a video of Daniel Brandon, and it just says, "Checking out my competition for ATHX. I'm in a lot of trouble." So I
Oh,
think
that's
again, I'm with
awesome.
you. I can't wait. She's one of
But this is so good to see how the points can kind of balance themselves out.
like because obviously she's gonna go out there and just destroy the lifts.
Yeah.
But that run in that row,
Is it
and
enough?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that the run in the row and the Metcon will eat her up so bad that she will end up further down. But I am going to very much enjoy watching her lift. And
Yeah. But
I
that's
can't say
awesome.
enough about somebody who goes out of their comfort zone like that. It reminds me of like when Lauren Rantala just randomly went to a powerlifting event.
Yeah.
Like just fantastic.
Mhm.
All right, so
That's great.
Erica Folo, Nate Ackerman, again another CrossFitter, Con Porter, Ariel Lowen, who I believe is a podium from CrossFit Games. Sasha Neven, Cole Learn, who we may be familiar with, you know, recently punching his ticket to the Elite 15 Worlds. I don't know this girl, Lindsay Bessa, God, again, Geno something. Are you familiar
Yeah.
with her, Bethany?
I mean, we ran together Sunday.
Hopefully, you gave her some lifting tips.
Yes, which is funny because that's she's like she's worried about that part, and I'm like, lady, but she's like, I haven't really done much
But
max stuff in a while.
Cole said the same thing to me. He's like, "Oh man, I've not been lifting."
I'm like, Lindsay, you're one of the strongest Hyrox athletes that's ever raced in an Elite 15 race. I think you're gonna be okay. But yeah, that's the part she's worried about. But
I'm
I
very
think Lindsay Basagato would be a dark horse in this because I think this event is so built for her.
no, I look forward to seeing her out there.
Yeah.
As much as I will be working, I will do my best to try to sneak the odd video and picture and post them. And ATHX, there is no live stream, but they will be posting a ton of stories and pictures and videos during the event. So,
Mhm.
um, Esteban Ospina, Lena Richer, someone and again a couple familiar names here. Tara Jackson, you know,
Yeah.
DECA everything champion, Hyrox Elite 15 racer. Lauren Rentala, just like we
Mhm.
just said from power, she did her powerlifting thing. She's been,
Yeah.
I don't, has Lauren, oh, okay, here you go. I don't know if Lauren's done the Elite 15, but what she has done has been on a winning world's relay team until Hunter got them disqualified.
Oh. Oh, right, right. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, are you mixing years or am I confused?
So no, this was the year she filled in for Lauren Weeks. Oh no, wait,
Yeah.
did I mix
They
years?
didn't get disqualified that year, I thought.
That's right, they won the year. Okay, so she's part of a world championship four
Okay.
person relay team.
Or no, they were second. They lost to Britain.
All right, well look, she did really well.
Okay, she was on a podium at Worlds.
She did the impossible. She filled in for Lauren Weeks,
Yeah.
and she did admirably with that. So Hannah Black, another great games athlete. Thomas Krohn, Wes Asher, who on my list for some reason is in caps. I have no idea. Um, Jacqueline Casson, Charlie Mc, Charlie Mark Mashron, Ollie Mashron, Emily Rolfe, another Canadian CrossFitter. Actually, games podium. Boris San Martin, Lauren Stallwood, Kyle Hoffman, and Sydney Smith. Those are the people we'll see in the elite. And I am jacked to see all of them go. It's like I say, especially if you, I mean, oh, I thought I didn't see her name here, but it's my understanding, and they have put a post up that Laura Horvath will be there as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, look out.
Yeah. So,
That's amazing.
yeah. So I'm going to go with Laura for the win.
Yeah, I think, yeah, you're probably right.
There's no handstand
Um,
push-ups, and
that's
that's
good.
usually the
Awful.
only thing that slows Laura down.
Yeah. Oh, that's really exciting that she's going.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Hmm.
it's in Florida. It is outside, but it's undercover, and
Uh-huh.
it's not like they're not running on the beach.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So everything is on proper flooring and whatnot. So it should still be good. And it looks like the weather is going to be much better than it was this weekend at Wadapalooza,
Hmm.
which was very rainy. So,
Yeah, I saw that.
but
Hmm.
yeah, I'm excited. I want us to not only just because of my involvement, but I want to start covering this more because nobody is. Like nobody's out there in the podcast is giving you ATHX results. Nobody out there is paying as much attention to it. Yet at the same time, it is an amazing event. They're doing great. They're getting obviously bringing out great names. They are looking to have more events in North America this year. I'm hearing anywhere between 3 and 4 more events in North America. Um, and I just think it's another great spot for good hybrid athletes to go
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
potentially make some money. It's a very top-notch production, and just from the little bit I'm been talking with them, they seem well organized, and I think just all the markers are there for them to be a great success. And they brought me on board, so that's just great success right there.
Well, you know they're taking the judging side of it seriously.
They
Yeah.
really are. I know that there will be many judges there, and CrossFit Games judges and people who are well versed.
Hmm.
Will there be some judges who are regular volunteers? Absolutely. But you
Yeah.
the I think this might be some of the highest level judging of any of the hybrid events that we go to anyway. I'm very excited, and I head down there Friday morning. Get set up. It's a 1 day event. Be back by Sunday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And then
Yeah,
we're
I'm
eventually,
excited to see
we're
this play out.
eventually going to get Bethany down to one.
I do really want to do one. So Athletics also does have a team category,
Correct. Doubles. Yeah,
which,
doubles.
yeah, yeah, doubles. So, and when they do doubles, does each person do each event?
You do them together.
So how
So
does that work then with the max lifts?
so it's combined score.
Yeah, okay.
So like if you and I were together, I do my max lift, you do your max lift, it's combined weight total. Then
Ah, okay.
for example, so like we said, this one is 1 rep max shoulder to overhead. So we would both do ours. We have, I think it's 9 minutes to do it. And then, or is that one 6 minutes? Sorry, that one takes 6 minutes to do it. We both do our max shoulder to overhead. That's a combined score. Then we both do our 3 rep max back squat, combined
Oh,
score.
three rep max. Okay.
And then deadlift 5 rep max.
Oh, good.
And then
Okay.
all adds together.
Okay.
Last year they actually had a weighted pull-up was one of them. And I was like, oh, I missed that one.
Okay. Yeah.
Like to kick some ass in that one. Then for doubles, we'll go through the next one. What it basically is one person will start running, one person will start rowing,
Huh.
and then you each go a kilometer, go 1,000 meters on the run, 1,000 meters on the row, and then switch and keep going for 22 minutes. Total combined meters is your score.
So you can't jump on the rower until they're done.
Yes. No, sorry.
Ah,
Whoa,
okay.
whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, sorry. I said that wrong. I got my solos and thing. The run is done. You can switch as soon as you're done the run. You can switch the row and then go from there. So
Okay,
you
so
don't.
if you row 860 meters, you switch.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
On the doubles. Yeah. 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 So it's on the run and then you come in and then switch. And then your total combined meters is your score.
Okay.
And then the Metcon, you do the Metcon together as a team. And for most of the movements, it is you switch whenever you want. like at a,
Oh,
except for the only movement being the heavy bag carry. So the heavy bag carry is a 30-meter heavy bag carry, and it's an out and back, right? And so you got to go twice. So basically, you have to do it all, or you can only switch it at the starting area. Much like a farmer carry on for a deca, you can only switch at the starting area, right?
yeah, okay.
And so that way, the reason for that is because on the mixed pairs, that's the only part of the Metcon where you use different weights. So you and I would use different weights, different sandbags in that one.
Right, right.
And but on all the other ones, we would actually use I would use the women's weights. So we'd both use your weights.
Oh,
So for example, on the walking lunges, we could switch whatever we wanted. I just have to grab your weights and go from there.
hmm.
So it's and same with the snatches. So it's yeah, and then your score is added up as you go through, and that's how they get the winner. It's an interesting setup, and all the movements are very basic.
Yeah,
So it's anybody who goes to a gym can do these, and like I said, anybody can hit their one rep max. You can go in there and push the barbell above your head, and that counts,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or you'll do nothing, and it still counts, and then
Hmm.
move on to the run, right? So it's not it's very inclusive that way, and it also
Yeah.
has three different divisions of what they call pro, then the ATHX division, then the light. So the light one only comes into play on teams, but it makes it so it's almost anybody can do it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I do really like it, actually.
yeah, it's it's different. A lot of the other events that have come around are what I call almost faux roxes, where they're
Hmm.
very, very similar to Hyrox, definitely in
Yeah.
layout. Half the times in stations, almost identical. This one is completely different setup. Um, and then since you know what's going on, we'll talk about two other ones. Xenom as well. I think we mentioned this before. They've now
You did
announced,
talk about Xenom,
we did
yeah.
talk about it. They have now announced 9 of the 10 stations, and they have shown on their website the scaled version. So they have a different division. So you have an elite, an RX, and what they call a compete division.
Yeah.
I still am under the impression that they're off on these moves as far as to how much appeal, how much a wide range appeal they will have, because there's still a lot of technical movements.
Yeah.
And I am still of the opinion that I have no flipping idea where they're going to get the amount of judges that they need.
Yeah.
But I still wish them great success. Our friend Carolyn Prevost they had a draw for free tickets. Somehow Carolyn won one.
Oh.
I think the fix is in. I'm just saying. So
Yeah,
somehow Carolyn
maybe.
gets a ticket there. Yep, yep, shady for sure.
Mhm.
So she manages
I'd
to,
fix it for sure to get Carolyn there.
that's right, so would I. So she manages to avoid the $500 entry fee.
Yes, that is also going to be our barrier of entry.
Well, it's huge. And then so here's something that I was thinking about when I was talking about it. So they need to run 2,000 people through on the first day. So let's say they have a sellout of 2,000 people. They need to get 2,000 people through every station on the first day. They need to get those same 2,000 people through every station on the second day, which means all of your athletes are competing on both days. Now, when you do Hyrox or Deca, right, your athletes often go for the whole thing, compete one day, maybe don't on the other one. So you have extra volunteers available to judge because you have like an
Yeah.
athlete judge program. This, you can't do that
Yeah.
because every athlete going is competing both days and competing for most of the day. So I just don't know where they're going to get it. And just doing the math, trying to figure out how to get that many people through that many stations that require such rigorous judging at each station,
Hmm.
it's, I anticipate they need between a
Didn't we do
hundred.
this, Matt?
Yeah, yeah. And it depends how they do the setup, but I'm gonna say at minimum 150 quality judges.
Yeah, if they run the heats a certain way, that
Yeah,
some of those judges can go back.
correct, correct. Now, if
Yeah.
they just run it straight out, we're talking needing closer to 300.
Yeah.
And that I think, yeah, I just can't see. I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna get. Like Hyrox Deca struggled to get 50 or 60,
Yeah.
and they're drawing in as many, if not, well, Hyrox case is drawing in 15,000 people plus
Hmm.
spectators, and they're struggling to get like 100 judges, and you want 2,000 competitors, and you're going to need way more than they do.
Yeah.
I just I can't fathom it. Maybe they've got some strategy that I don't know about, but it seems very unlikely.
Yeah.
And also, I guess it's worth mentioning because it did get put on Instagram as well that F45 has developed their own little race, which right now seems to be for members pretty much, but it's another unique setup. Um, it's a benchmark, it's a race because there is a race portion to it. Like they're definitely setting it up that way. Anyway, so basically there's 5 zones and you can get in a total of 500 points. It's called the Peak 500. And basically there you go into there's 3 ergs, I think a bike, a ski, and a row. And at each one you have a specific calorie to get to, which is 100 calories. So you have
Whoa.
5 minutes to do 100 calories. That's a perfect score
At each station.
at each station. Yeah. So 5 minutes to do it. So first station, I can't remember the order, but first station is
Mm,
100 calories on one run.
okay.
Now it's the
So
bike.
like you most people are not getting 100 cows
No,
in 5 minutes.
no,
No.
no. But
My
that becomes
best athlete on the bike, we just did 100 cal time trial.
yeah,
It was like he was like 6:30.
yeah. So that becomes your score, what you get in the 5 minutes. So if you get
Okay.
6 cows, that's what you get.
Right.
You're not
Mm.
disqualified. You're not anything. That's just what you get. That's your score for that. If you do get 100 calories, then it's how much time is left gets added to your score. Okay. Then the next one, the next station, I believe, has some snatches and it's some resistance training. And again, the 100 reps is the goal. Third
Hmm.
station's another erg, 100 cal is the goal. Fourth station's and more resistance training, 100 reps is the goal. And then the third one's another 100 cal. So the whole thing takes 30 minutes. You know it's going to be 30 minutes because that's all it can be.
Uh,
And it also, if you finish early, that's more rest time for you.
mm.
So it's an interesting concept. I kind of like it. It again, like where ATHX is different compared to the other ones. This is a completely different take.
Yeah.
And I'll be back with next week when we have more time. I'll go through the exact list of what it is.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting take. It's completely different.
Hmm.
Score based instead of like crossing a finish line. I think it really reminds me more of the LT game style thing,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm.
where and this
We're-
again where they can put it on in every F45. Doesn't take much equipment. Like you need a row, a ski, a bike, and then some dumbbells basically.
yeah.
It it's cool. I look forward to it. So I know F45 Dune, who does a lot of Hyrox events at their gym. They're hosting one soon. I think it's on the 28th, but it's also, I think, for members only. But we'll get our first look at how it goes. But that same date, like F45s everywhere, we'll be doing it.
Hmm.
So
That'll be interesting.
yeah, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know. I don't think it's one you'll like. Too many groups,
Too much ergs.
too much
Yeah.
words. But you can do doubles in this as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of sprint and switch.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
I was saying we were going to go through the Deca, but right now I think probably we're better to review that once it happens.
Yeah. Do a recap.
We'll do a recap next week, and that'll give us a little more to talk about there. And I do know that I have heard that we will see Dustin Needham getting his ultimate dream and worst nightmare all at once. He is going to be teaming up with Lauren Weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, like I said, possibly his biggest dream and worst nightmare all at the same time.
He doesn't know it's his worst nightmare
Oh, I think he
yet.
might be aware. I think he might be aware. Yeah, he'll be like Vivian going, "What the the hell are you doing? I got you. I got you. No, I don't. I really don't.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be good.
I talked to Lauren about it, and I just said I said something along the lines where that must be really awesome, and I said, please never never ask me to race with you. I want no part of that whatsoever.
Yeah.
No, well, Rye's gonna race with her anyway.
Lauren, I'd race with Lauren.
Yeah,
Mhm. You
I
can
would.
do all the hard stuff, the heavy stuff.
Well,
Mm.
I mean, she couldn't be any meaner to me than Tara was. Lauren would probably be nice.
You never
She
know.
might pick me up and carry me.
Yeah.
Tara
Mhm.
would just, drag a rope around my neck and drag me along.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
All right. I'm good for tonight. You good, Beth?
Yes, I
I
am.
don't got any.
I
Did you
go.
oh did you have any fail or sale today? May I'll just see. I don't know if I wrote anything down. Oh yeah, I do have a fail, Beth. I have to mention this. I don't know if I mentioned it as something I was excited about before, but we were very excited about non-alcoholic sake.
Yeah. That
We
sounds awful.
we got our non-alcoholic sake.
And it's awful.
It is like the worst tasting horse swill I've ever had.
It smells like
I
rotten
bet.
apples.
It's
Hmm.
got like it smells like rotten apples. It's got a bit of a rotten apple taste to
Gross.
it.
Uh-huh.
Actually, it tastes like beets. You might like it.
No, nobody will like it. It was so bad, and I want to say so disappointing yet kind of expected.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
Yeah, I don't know. What are you gonna do? But it just it was bad. It was bad. I had one other one too. Yeah. Well, I can ask you this. I want to do an episode, you and I, on the body positivity movement as it relates to health. Yeah.
Like swinging in the other way?
Hmm?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I think you've got it. I think you've nailed it.
Like as it's, yeah, as it's
Yeah.
taking a turn for the worst?
Yes. Yes. Not
Yeah.
today.
No. Yeah, let's not get into that.
That's a big one. That's a big one. That's something I want to talk about. And if you
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of health trends right now that are, I don't know, worth talking about, worth bringing in some people with more knowledge, but there's a lot going on.
it is, and I want to hit that very soon. Maybe not next week, maybe the week after, depending on how stuff
Mhm.
goes, because
Yeah.
we'll have a lot to review next week. But and then I
Yeah.
do have one more fail, and I wrote this down. All right, so I love the Open. Did I enjoyed it. I did it again. Did I never signed up officially, but I enjoyed the workouts. I did it again.
Hmm.
That last one, I didn't do. Yeah, Riley beat me, and we both did RX.
Oh, yeah.
I paced it horribly. I did very stupid, very stupid. Anyway, watching that and people online, and I'm watching Wadapalooza and seeing really sketchy reps there, especially on the cleans and whatnot.
Hmm.
And these are the top dogs, and it's being allowed to get away with it. And then I see a lot of the CrossFit people who call out Hyrox movement standards, not saying anything. And then
Yeah.
I actually saw other ones blame Hyrox for the bad standards in the Open at Wadapalooza.
Oh, I saw that too. Like,
And I'm like,
oh,
you got to be kidding me.
I know.
So I honestly think, what the hell? And everybody just shut the fuck up.
I know. Maybe there's just bad reps everywhere.
There's bad reps everywhere. And
Yeah.
I agree, they all need, I want them all cleaned up. I want them all called, but it's nothing to do with one group of people or another group of people or one sport or another sport. They all need to get their shit together.
Yeah.
So maybe this might calm some of them down now that they watched the Open and saw so many bad wall balls and bad cleans at Wadapalooza and bad everything everywhere. Everybody's just as guilty.
Yes, it's true.
All right,
Mhm.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm hungry.
Yeah, I don't got much else going on, so
All right.
um Yeah,
Take it.
there's so much going on this weekend. So good luck to everyone. We really look forward to seeing ATHX games, everyone racing this weekend, the Deca Fit, Deca Ultra. Yeah, so just have a great weekend, perform at your best, and go out there and crush it.
Safe travels. Take care.